Now, there used to be a familiar sight going back and forth across the channel, but then hovercraft were phased out. Now, though, they're making a comeback in the Amazon jungle, of all places. British hovercraft built in Southampton are being used as a new weapon against Colombian insurgents and cocaine traffickers. Frank Gardner reports from the remote Amazon settlement of Puerto Leguzamo.
Deep in the jungle of southern Colombia, there's something new on the river. They're fast, heavily armed, and they can reach places ordinary boats can't get to. These British-built combat hovercraft have been brought all the way from Southampton to the Amazon jungle, and the Colombian Navy is hoping that it's going to give them a crucial advantage in chasing drug smugglers and insurgents here in the heart of the world's coca industry. We watched them practice a river-borne assault on a mocked-up rebel camp. In this part of Colombia, they're operating in areas where much of the jungle is infiltrated by the main rebel group, the FARC movement. Both sides in this conflict have committed human rights abuses. There have also been allegations of corruption in the military, even collusion with drug traffickers. With no ceasefire signed, the war goes on.
These
hovercraft are going to change the whole dynamics of the war with the FARC here. Because up until now, we've only been able to operate for half the year. From October to January, we can't move because the river levels drop so far, our boats hit the rocks. But these hovercraft don't need high water, so now we can cut off the rebels' supply lines.
I flew west with the military to see one of their forward bases, right on the border with Ecuador, where they're facing a deadly scourge. Mines. This was a controlled explosion, but the Marines said they've had to clear dozens here, placed by the rebels and drug traffickers to defend their illegal coca crops. Peace talks with the FARC are underway, but there's no ceasefire. And if a deal is signed, will that mean an end to Colombia's drug problem?
We have to be realistic, and we should expect, as we have seen in the past, that some crimes and some criminal bands might pop up, might appear in some areas, trying to keep that kind of business.
The new hovercraft are unlikely to change that overnight, but they will add to the mounting pressure on insurgents and drug traffickers to end the violence that has plagued Colombia for so long. Frank Gardner, BBC News in the Colombian Amazon.
Time for a look at the weather now with Stav. Hello.
Hi there, Sophie. I don't think the next few days is going to be that great for hovercrafts. We've got fairly strong winds across the south, in particular through the English Channel. But it's not just wind as well. A lot of rain. Here's our latest satellite, our radar picture, showing some bright colours indicating some heavy downpours through Wales and for much of England. The heaviest of the stuff now is eventually pushing out in towards the North Sea, but we're seeing a whole crop of showers moving in as the afternoon wears on. There's those wind arrows just to show how strong the wind is, touching gale force at times along the south coast and through the Dover Strait.